Hello. Hi. Yes, two videos in one day. This full moon in Gemini, it has sparked something. I don't know. There's this extra energy, and so I feel the need to clarify some things. Well, I don't think it's even clarification. I did a video earlier this morning, strong about, well, as the message has been, about a path that's chosen, work that's been done, also coming out of this kind of nightmare state. There's a masculine sitting strong in the King of Swords, Emperor status. There's a feminine that's sitting strong in the Queen of Wands, this fiery, also Queen of Swords, and there was, I think, Queen of Pentacles too, but definitely the two kind of mirroring each other almost, or that's what I feel like afterwards anyway, about the, mirroring each other in the sense of like trying to bring, not even trying, like actually bringing the other person out of the shadows into the light, but both have kind of already done this. But it was really strong for the masculine, like that has broken out of it, like a Nine of Swords. Yes, I can talk state. Anyway, that said, I did a little bit more digging into, outside of the people that I follow on YouTube. I went and did a little more research on the astrology side. I'm not sure why I did this. I'm honestly, I don't know why I was called to this for full moon in Gemini versus full moon in Scorpio, because full moon in Scorpio was very deep emotion. I mean, it's like double water. Moon is representative of Cancer, period. And then you have a full moon in Scorpio, water, deep feelings, definitely going to the dark side of the soul, if you will, in order to kind of see what needs healing and what doesn't. You know, not everything that is in the dark is necessarily a negative. Remember that, please, because that's necessary now too. The full moon is moving into it illuminates what you haven't been able to see. Anyway, but that, as that's going on, there's also, there's a lot of things going on in the solar system. There's a lot of things going on in the universe. I am not an astrologist. I'm not getting into all that. What I will get into is what I found interesting, and that's these solar flares that are taking place around the same time, and I think it's for like 3 or 4 days. There's 2 spots on the sun that are pointed directly towards the earth, from what I understand, and they're said to be as strong as like a flare that took place in the late 1800s. There's a name for it. I can't remember it right now, but I know that based on what I was reading, that the flares took out telegraphs, and like some were even going on their own. There were auroras that were seen as far south on the planet as Cuba. I think into Hawaii, it said. So in today's time, if what they're predicting could flare any moment, or is flaring right now, in modern times, this means crippling not only communication, kind of how it was with the telegraphs worldwide then in the late 1800s, but like with satellites and things like that, costing trillions of dollars, potentially. We don't know. Even with tarot, nobody has a crystal ball, okay? So anyway, if it hits like it's tracking, though, this can be big. This can also take a lot of energy out of some people, and it can also energize others. It just depends on where you fall with the planets, where the sun is exalted in your own chart. I don't do the chart things. There's great apps out there for that. You should look them up. Anyway, the full moon in Gemini is all about communicating. So when you think about that and the potential of these flares that can take up communication, and you can feel it too, by the way. I mean, I talk a lot as it is, but I've definitely been talking a lot more in the last few readings, and even now, obviously. You might feel extra chatty. So there's this like juxtaposition that can cause some confusion, because you have like this overly chatty nature that can happen with Gemini, period, much less a full moon, which is bright, right? And then the opposite, where communication can be torn down because of the solar flares. And I'm laughing just because the universe is funny. So, but during this time, if you are feeling a little bit of confusion and exhaustion, remember this is when you're supposed to look at the illuminated path. And I talk about in the video that was earlier today, or uploaded earlier today. Also remember that the heart is illuminated, light activated by the full moon. Okay. But especially the full moon in Gemini, which can be seen as the Lover's card in tarot. Earlier, the Lover's card came out, and I said something about Sag. That's not. I don't know why Sag came to mind. Maybe because we're in Sag. I'm not sure, but I did say Gemini. A lot of time, well, not a lot of times. The Lover's card can be seen as Gemini because of the twin flame activation, and or twin flame reuniting, and or twin mirroring, etc. But when you consider this, the full moon in Gemini, seen as the heart center, illuminated heart center, because of, well, it's the twin. The guidance then, all that said, is to be careful with words while also trusting the next steps are divinely guided and even protected. You are protected always anyway, but remember that you are protected. The universe has you, your guides have you, your angels, your spirit guides, your goddess, your god, whatever it is that you're connecting to for you personally. But this energy that is definitely much more intelligent than I think any of us are, you're protected by it. And then one last thing, I guess, like Gemini being an air sign, remember, that's a lot of mind things, which again is why it can be a little deceptive because of the shadows on the outside of this illuminated path. But Gemini is mine. The moon, the full moon itself, regardless of what sign it falls in, is emotion, deep inner emotion. So you have activation of heart and mind over heart, or the balance. I want to do another spread. I want to see what comes out. I want to make this kind of quick and not be as chatty as I normally am. We'll see what cards, but I feel like there is a balance here, whether it's temperance, whether it's justice, whether it's Six of Pentacles, which is minor for justice, or can be depending on the other cards that come out. I do feel like that's what you're being called to do, is to find that as close as possible, that central neutrality, which is mind and heart coming into alignment, okay? Yeah, I think that's it. That's all the notes I want. So I am going to quickly... I don't even think I did this earlier today. Maybe, I mean, I did it before I started, but I like to do that before I actually get into the cards. If I didn't, I apologize. And this is a collective reading. All the readings have been collective. Goddess God, ooh, that's loud, I'm sorry. Goddess God's universe, thank you for everything that you do. I would like to talk specifically to whoever needs a message for this Gemini full moon, which is lighting up that heart center. Lighting up that heart center. The guidance that I came to, being careful with the words, but trusting that you're protected. Whoever this message is for, I'd really, really, really like to focus on what has been coming out over and over, which is the Devil card. That seems to be saying action. For some reason, I keep going back to time period, though. And I don't want to make anything fit, but I really want some clarity around that. Action. The wheel of... The wheel... Action, the wheel, the Lover's card, devil. I keep saying action. The devil, the wheel, the Lover's card. I really, really want clarity around this devil for this full moon in Gemini. If we can, please. If we can get messages specifically for, and or whatever is meant to come out and whatever is allowed to be revealed. God's universe, my guides. Thank you for everything. Ooh, no. Empress card. We'll see if it wants to come back up. The deck today was heavy on the Emperor. This full moon in Gemini. There's a Devil card. There's a Wheel of Fortune. Movement. Lots of movement. And the Lovers. But the Devil card, can we get some information on this? Can we get some information on this? Whoa, it's a lot. The Hermit card did come out a couple times, I think, too. It's a lot, guys. Please, one card at a time. For those who are learning tarot, it is okay to talk with your star players, your energy, your inner self. So we have the King of Wands again. He came out a few times, I think, earlier. This Devil card. So Devil card and the King of Wands. Can you talk to me about this Devil card that keeps coming out? Queen of Cups. So we have passion, fire, deep emotion, love, water. The Devil card, the Devil card. Talk to me about this Devil card, please. Two of Swords. I'm not holding them up for a reason. I'm going to give us some time here. Knight of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So lots of wand energy here. And then swords. 2 and 4 is 6. That is way too many at one time. Thank you. The Devil card. Choice, movement, that. There it is, the Devil card. Okay, I did show that, sorry. Talk to me about this Devil card. So the movement, communication, I just heard triggered. Communication, action, Devil card. Oh, no. Oh, I got Two of Cups that popped up on. If it wants to come back out, if it's supposed to be part of the message, please let it come back out. The Devil card. Let's pause. In the Devil card, which I'm not supposed to hold it up, so like, you know, there should be a blurred screen or something. Hopefully, I don't know how to do this, but it's art on paper. Anyway, it's the Lovers chained. It's the Lovers chained. Lovers, Gemini representative. Okay, so again, I said earlier, this could be about timing. It could be. Just talking specifically about the lovers during this full moon in Gemini, but the Devil card, can you please, one card at a time, can we get further into what it is this Devil card is representing? That is way too many cards. Okay, well, Six of Swords again. And I said 2 and 4 is 6. So movement. And we have this Knight of Wands and we have these Eight of Wands. This is the communication. Wait. Communication, action, forward movement, fast movement. Solar flares. Take a beat. Take a beat before the Devil. Moving forward, moving forward. Earlier it kept coming out as action. I mean, the Eight of Wands can be communication or fast action. Given that we have Four of Swords, which is quiet, rest, dream state, lots of communication through your dreams. And I think that's what came out earlier, actually. Then the Devil to the Six of Swords. The Devil card, Six of Swords. One card at a time, please, to dive deeper into the scene. And the Lover. And then we have the King of Cups and the King of Swords. So there's 3 of the 4 kings. I feel like we're getting into that Emperor energy again. And then we have the Queen and the King of Cups. So we have a pair. Talk to me about this Devil. Forward movement for the kings. Okay, look at it differently. Look at it differently. Hangman. Heart. Oh! Head and heart. Head and heart. The balance, there is balance in this position. It's almost like a tree pose in yoga, but upside down. Boom. I like it when it comes together. So the devil is action, head and heart, balance. Ace of Cups, new opportunity. The balance that's necessary for the new opportunity in love, which is quickly approaching. Quickly approaching. I'm going to put that there. No. All right. Quickly approaching. Again, forward movement. So the devil card, the forward movement for the Two of Cups. So this is our minor for lovers. Okay, full moon in Gemini, Gemini card. Minor for lovers. And then you have Judgment, which came out earlier as well. New life, moving, pushing this love into a new life, a new direction. There is action here. And it requires, all right, strength and courage. There is balance that's necessary. Two of Pentacles. I said I wasn't going to show everything. You have the High Priestess, knowing. You have the Empress. And then you have the Page of Swords, which is also what I didn't, that came out earlier too, is the student researching, looking into things, because there's looking as you move forward. You're adding your knowledge. It's a student of sorts, but this Empress is already beyond, the Queen of Queens, but even the Empress must continuously learn. Even the Empress must have balance. Even the Emperor, head and heart, for this King of Wands, which I think is what we got confirmation for. Like, see this, head over heart, heart over head, because he's hanging upside down. I love it. Heart center, forward movement, twins, the minor for the lovers, the Two of Cups, into a new life. And that's when the Fool's journey begins. It's all coming together. And that happened earlier too. Anything else? That's what this new moon is doing for you. This is the path illuminated. You see the sun? That's the path illuminated. And there is a lot of courage. I talked about that earlier. Anything else for this? That's it. And I do think that there is this careful, I said, in talking about what was coming up in the astrology, you have this Four of Swords where you have the two to the Knight of Wands, which can be a little hasty. And I think that this is with communication because of the swords, the mind. And then you have the Eight of Wands, which is communication. It can be texts, phone calls, emails, etc. There is this like slow, because communication can be a little wonky right now. So the guidance is to be careful with the words, but also in trusting that no matter what, there is forward movement here. There is this trust. The swords are leading. The water is getting less choppy. It's moving to calmer waters, to shores. Heart overhead. Balance of both. This is balance. This is also heart overhead. That's your new beginning. That's the love. And I believe it's of self, because the love of self is necessary before you can move forward into this too. And I think that whoever this is for, you're there. You're there. This is already happening. This message has been coming out for a while. Moving into the Two of Cups, which is the minor, as I said, for the lovers. And this is definitely some Gemini energy, full moon in Gemini. This is the new life. This is what you have already, you've already seen it. There's a lioness in the background of this lion who is being tamed, calmed, which can be the inner of this woman here. But keep in mind that this can also be something that was already, it's already seen. It's a pair, the balance, the inner knowing, the higher guidance, the higher self, which is the Empress, who is still, we're always a student. I want to clarify that Page of Swords, the growth. I think that's what that's about. There's a step forward here of growth. I just want to know. Well, I want the Kings. I feel like we got confirmation there with the Ace of Cups, but I just want to be sure. The Wheel of Fortune, forward movement. I do want to get that as well. That didn't come out. The Lovers we've got, but... Alright, can I get one more card? 1 to 2 more cards for the Devil, please. Clarification for this Devil card. One to 2 more cards for the Devil. I feel like my guides are so sick of me asking this. I mean, I just literally felt drained. Like, really? You're asking again? Yes, I am. Closing out. I can't show up close. The World card, the 5 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. An ending of a period of mourning and working together. Going into working together. I said... 3 of Cups. For some of you, this could be the end of a third-party situation moving forward. From 5 of Cups to the 3 of Cups also is the mourning into the joy. And then you got 4 of Pentacles in there. Holding back. I heard holding back for the joy. And then we have... Alright, 6 of Swords to the Empress. Holding back to moving forward. Yeah, so this is an end of, possibly for whoever third-party situation, but there was work that's been put in, and then the holding back from the joy, but moving forward into this growth period. So, hello. Queen of Wands to the 2 Cups. That came out. I'm going to put that back, just in case. Alright, so the Kings then, the King of Cups, King of Swords, and the Hangman. I said this is heart over head, and or heart and head, balance of the 2. Heart over head or balance of the 2. We have the High Priestess. Is this... and the 6 of Cups. It's a love offer, a love message. There's innocence there, childlike love even. So heart overhead or balance. Heart overhead or balance. Queen of Pentacles. Which is the minor for the Empress. So it's like earlier was all about the masculine, and even though we have 3 kings here, I feel like we're getting everything. And then the Knight of Wands. Wolf. And the Star. This is all about hope. Definitely about healing. That came out earlier too. So I do feel like this is heart over head right now. You're being called to work with work, which is lots of stars. The Star to the 8 of Pentacles. I do feel like you're being asked to walk from heart center, go within, which is led by the Star, the Hermit. It's definitely for, I said this earlier too, could potentially be for an earth sign. I do feel that. So I'm being told like just move on. Because it's just going to repeat, which is what happened earlier as well. Which means, that tells me that the main message that came through the first spread is what, it's tracking. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. Just confirmation cards, confirmation cards, confirmation cards. But meanwhile, the path is still going the way that it's going. It's still illuminated. This is what this full moon in Gemini is doing for you. Okay? So, and then, let's look at the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, I said this is about being... That's way too many. The Page of Swords is about being the student. Page of Pentacles. I feel like that's confirmation. Yes. Pages being like... So the Empress, student to the Fool. Starting fresh. But you have a pair here. way too many. Okay, that was the Eight of Swords. I'm putting it back because that was what happened earlier today too. Like an offer to break out of the nightmare, and then there's the Lovers. An offer to break out of the nightmare. A message that does break. Something that comes through. It's kind of, and that came through earlier too, an aha moment. So again, I just feel like this is being confirmed. What's coming out of this, yeah, all right. And I didn't put the Lovers down just because I feel like we already know this. 10 of Wands, and into a heavy burden. All right. Yeah, which cycle's closing out. We already have the World. All right, so what I want now is just, I want guidance, please. Overall guidance. What can someone do with this full moon energy tonight before the messages come through? Know that you can, if you have a clear shot of the moon, put some water out, cover it, of course, put some water out. Glass is best. Glass of water with a lid. And ask for purification. Let it sit throughout the night under the full moon. And then tomorrow, drink the water. And as you're drinking it, give thanks for the nourishment, the purification, and the illumination. So that you may see what has been hidden. Okay. What else? What other guidance can we offer? Whoever needs to get the message here. What other guidance can we offer for this full moon in Gemini? What can we take forward? What can we take forward as we walk further into December? What can we take forward? Excuse me. Full moon in Gemini. Overall guidance. What can we take forward as we walk into December? Further into December. Last messages here. Truth and knowledge. Truth. Illuminated. Truth is illuminated. It's very strong for this full moon in Gemini. What can we take forward as we... What can we take with us? What guidance? I'm sorry. I said the truth. What's the truth? King of Pentacles and the Hermit. Rooted. Inner light. Heart center. Hello. 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Walking towards that full moon. 8 of Wands. Rapid fire communication. The 8 of Cups to the 8 of Wands. 8 could be a significant number. 10 of Swords. It's the end of pain. It could be painful to have to see for this King of Pentacles, whoever is giving us the truth, There's a decision, Hangman, 2 of Pentacles, Hangman for the King of Wands, who's in the 8 of Swords. I have 888. 8s are very significant for me, so for whoever's watching this, the 8s could be very significant for you. And then we have this new opportunity, Page of Pentacles, added to the 4 of Pentacles. 5 is change. Seeing through, I heard seeing through the fear. Seeing through the fear. Yes, confirmation, Ace of Wands. So for whoever this is for, seeing through the fear, Ace of Wands, Tower moment, and what happens? The most likely outcome, the guidance here, that's what we're asking for. What happens? What is this bringing us towards? It is bringing you to your Queen of Wands. That's the work that's being put in. That's where you're going. That's the call to action. That's the call to action. And that's what you know. Well, I'm sorry. Let me ask. Is there anything else here? New beginning. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. So the guidance here is to let the moon show you. Let the moon show you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. The path is lit. The truth is there. You already know it anyway. You're divinely protected. Everything's coming out for you. Everything is coming out for you. This isn't about catching somebody in something. It's not about anything like this. This is about your truth, your inner truth, what you already know, but it's being illuminated in such a way that you can't deny it. You cannot deny it. You cannot deny the truth. That is the power of the Gemini full moon. And that, I believe, is the title. You cannot deny the truth, and that is the power of the Gemini full moon. Take what fits, and if it doesn't resonate, leave it. And we're going to be closing up shop here. Cannot deny the truth, and that is the power of the Gemini full moon. I need to write that, right? Isn't that what I said? No, I said. The power of the Gemini, or the, well, Gemini full moon. No, that's how I'm saying it. It is what it is. All right, I want to do Journey of Love Oracle. Earlier today I did Native Spirit. I want to do Journey of Love. Let's see what happens. I feel like we got a message for both. Divine. I mean, I am kind of surprised that that the Hierophant didn't come back out. It came out earlier. Did it? No. Did it come out? Yeah, it came out earlier in the... I feel like the message that really needs to come through for somebody is, again, this isn't about... Yes, deception is illuminated. The shadows are illuminated, but your guidance is to stay on that illuminated path, not to go over into the shadows. This isn't about going to the dark side of the moon, the dark side of the soul, however you want to say it, okay? It's not about that. It's about staying on the path. That's your actual challenge. So your guidance is to keep looking to the illuminated path, okay? This is about seeing the truth for you, for your highest good, for your heart center, what is supposed to be guiding you forward. Don't mistake the deception, the shadows. Don't mistake the shadows, which are, I think for you, the deep feelings. Don't mistake the deep feelings as truth. Don't mistake the deep feelings as truth, because the deep feelings lies fear. So, yeah. And this full moon is illuminating that path to break you out of fear. That King of Swords, those 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords that came out strong today. The King of Swords is out of that. So don't be fooled by the shadows. Okay, last one. There we go. A card for the collective here. For whoever needed this message. That's 2. Can we get 1, please? I'm not going to read. Can we get 1, please? One card. Wow, everything wants to jump out. 1 card of guidance. Oh, thank you. And we have within nothing, there's everything. That could be significant for those that are... Oh, I'm done. Y'all, there's a whole half of a deck. Okay. I'll leave it I'll leave it here. But I want to see. I think maybe that's why nothing was coming out. Because it's very similar to the Void card. Or at least that title is. Within nothing there is everything. Was there another card that was meant to come out? Heartfire. Alright. Which is 1 and 2. Oh, you cannot make this up. Sorry. 1 and 2 in the... I'm done. Alright. I said, was there another card that was meant to come out? So I'm going to read that Heartfire first, okay? Heartfire. Wee wee. Passion is igniting within you. It is not a time when things will remain still, even if the change is only sensed as a subtle stirring underneath the surface of things. Even if slow at first, passion will unfold from within your heart, soon to be burning bright like a sun, unrestrained. You are learning how to ride waves of passion, through eruptions of heat and descent into coolness, bearing the absence of fire only to realize it is returning to you again. Ride its waves, knowing that passionate bliss will always return to a heart that is on fire with love for life. The coolness allows us to experience the heat. Once you realize that the fire emerging from within you will ebb and flow, you will trust in its presence. You will realize that whether your passionate fire is obvious, drawing you into life, or dwelling quietly within, gaining power from the deepest sources of your being, soon to rise once more, it is a constant in your heart. Accept the fire of your heart and know that this is how you are meant to be, on fire with love for all that is. This oracle brings a message for you. Trust the passion and the fire of your heart to guide your decisions now. What did I say? What would make you feel most alive? Choose that. If you are feeling a lack of genuine passion in your life, take comfort that it is awakening in your own heart now, bringing something that has been long in rest back to life. There's like poems and stuff with this, whatever, just there's a little reading. Life unfolds in wondrous ways, and time together fills the days, with unexpected gifts beyond our wildest dreams, like open hearts as feelings start to face the longing when we part. Our souls know this is more than what it seems. In gratitude, I offer prayer with thanks for this love so rare, asking guidance on this sweet sojourn. The answers come in tears that flow, emotions raw and smiles that show. Becoming one is worth the wait until I can return. Lover's card, twin flame, full moon and Gemini. People, whoever needs this, wake up. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Within nothing, there is everything. From a point of stillness, a moment, a complete universe is opening up to you, endlessly expanding. Your every thought and intention sends ripples of consciousness through the universe. What a creative being you are. Well, I'm laughing because earlier in this morning's reading, I said something about the time of creativity. It's fine. I love it. You are sending consciousness into motion, bringing your creation into being. With every inner desire, with every whispered wish, the universe receives your yearning and aspirations with open arms, returning them to you as manifestation in your life. What is really in your heart? Open your arms, sigh, speak your heart truth aloud to the loving universe, and receive it as your destiny manifesting now. This oracle brings a message to you. Something that you want is on its way to you. It may seem to be coming out of nowhere. 4 of Cups. No sign on the horizon to give you hope, yet it is coming to you anyway. It is spiritual law that you cannot be denied the manifestation of your heart's desire. Trust and remain open to the tide of universal love rushing towards you, swelling within you now. The wind moves gently through trees, quiet water flows. Life's song calls softly. I love it. I think that's everything that you need. This is going to be the shortest reading I think I've done to date. I'm going to call it. But it's also an impromptu. You get 2 for 1 today. Full moon in Gemini. Yep. Have a good night.